Did you know that using the right weight of oil in your engine can save you some good amount of fuel and also help make your engine last much longer? In this video, I'm going to be showing you what is called the oil viscosity index and how it also helps in the operation of your engine and how it can save you a good amount of fuel. But first, please hit that subscribe button below. It really helps us. Thanks, guys. So you might be asking, what's oil viscosity? In simple terms, oil viscosity just tells you how resistant the oil is to flow. So a higher value tells you that it's going to be resisting the flow. So it means it's going to be thick. In layman terms, viscosity just tells you how thick, how heavy the oil is. The thicker it is, the more resistance it is to flow. The lighter it is, the more it will flow freely. Now, modern engines have very tight valve clearance. It's unlike the older engines that were more forgiving. The newer engines have mostly aluminum parts in them, and the valve clearances are so small, so you need very light oils to get through the crannies. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you basically the values to look out for when picking your engine oil. So some cars have the oil requirement on the oil cap, while some cars have it in their owner's manual. So for example, this oil here has what is called 5W30. So what does this mean? This simply tells you the viscosity of this oil when the engine is very cold, and the viscosity of this oil when the temperature is hot. So W here simply means winter. So what it tells you is that this 5W is the thickness of this oil when it's very cold. And when the car is very hot, then the viscosity becomes 30. But you might be like, oh, hold on a minute. Why is this the opposite? I thought when I heat up an oil, it should get lighter. Right? Well, not so with the synthetic oil. This is a full synthetic oil from Mobi 1. When it's very cold, the oil is light, and when it gets hot, the oil gets thicker. I know it might sound different from what you've been used to, but this is how some of this oil, they're called multi-grade oil, meaning they can change viscosity. So it means that it has one grade when it's cold, another grade when it's hot. So this one can be 5 when it's cold, 30 when it's hot, this 5 when it's cold, 20. This is same thing, 5, 20, but this one is your mineral oil. These ones are 20 when it's cold and 50 when it gets hot. Okay, so like I said earlier, you need to check your engine, you need to check your owner's manual to know the right one to use. For example, this Mercedes-Benz here recommends 5W30, and on sometimes even 5W40. Then if you're in a very cold region, you could use 0W40. While this Toyota Camry here requires a 5W20. Okay, so that's basically what these values mean. They just tell you how thick the oil is. Please make sure you always know what your engine was meant for and use the right oil for your engine. If you stick to the right oil, trust me, even in the next 10 years down the line, your engine will still be running like new. Okay, so also here you notice you might be asking why there's a high mileage here. Why is this just not having a high mileage? What's the difference? So these ones are for engines that have put in a lot of work. So for example, this one's meant for engines that have done over 75,000 miles. The implication of using this is if you use this, it has some additives here that might swell up your seals so that you don't have leakages. The caveat is that if you start using this, you must stick to this. Don't use this and switch to another type of oil. Okay, but if your engine is still new, this is okay. This is also okay if you're on a budget. Now, these are mineral oils. These were meant for older engines. These are for engines that were made in the early 2000s and before. You can notice that it's quite thick. When it gets hot, it gets even way more thicker. For example, so that you appreciate this, Toyota recently released an oil with 0W16, and I think even very recently they released 0W8. So you can see that they're making the oils way lighter. So you don't want to use something like this in such an engine. It's just going to make that engine not work well and damage sooner. So please stick to the right oil. In our other video, we shared what the API ratings mean, what this and this means. These are very important, very important. If you get this wrongly, you end up damaging your engine, especially if you're using a very recent vehicle with a turbo charger. Please, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.